Good morning out there, everyone. I am Karin Braxton, and I am coming to you live from Florida, from Boca Grande, Florida. That's on the Gulf Coast, and it is very rainy out today. It's about 55 degrees. It sounds sort of nice compared to the rest of the country, which is freezing cold with below zero temperatures and lots of snow everywhere. I bet some of you have snow days at school dismissed for snow days because of the cold. I know my sister's grandkids in Wisconsin have snow days. Let me check my computer, see if I can find myself, and we're going to see. Please, when you comment, please tell us where you're watching from, and I will try to find myself on my iPad here. Okay, there I found myself. And I can sort of see your comments while I'm looking. Let's see what's here. Hopefully we have some pretty rain. It's been raining pretty hard, and hopefully it won't be too noisy. We have a metal roof, and which is an important thing to have in Florida because of hurricanes. The people who have metal roofs don't get so much damage, during a big storm and lots of rain and wind. So, anyway, we have a pretty new house that we built right at the end of COVID. And so we have all these codes that are much newer. So we didn't have hurricane damage these last two hurricanes. So we were thankful to have built with a metal roof. Anyway, but it might be a little noisy if it starts pouring again. Right now it's raining pretty hard, but not as noisy as it has been. Good morning, Kathy from Montana. Good morning, Cheryl from Oklahoma. Tell us where you're coming from. What's the weather like in Oklahoma? Hey, Stacy, thank you. You're in Florida. Thank you for sharing. Thanks, everyone, for sharing. I sure appreciate that. And I appreciate any thumbs up, hearts, comments, or I love reading the comments at night when I sit down. And please subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell if you're on YouTube, because I do post this on YouTube, so that you can, the next time that that I come live, you can watch me. So next week we will have a craft along, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be, I already have all the cards designed, and I have some of the cards kitted. I'm still waiting on a couple things from my Stampin' Up order. Things are slow for delivery here in Florida. Hey, Jolene from Minnesota. I bet it's cold there. We are going to be using the bundle called Memorable Blooms. It's one of my favorites in the in the mini catalog. It's got great sentiments and some nice floral, but this is what we're using next week. So we'll be making 3 cards, and if you want to order, if you place an order of $40 or more, you get all 6 cards, plus you get if you order $50 or more, and I would think it might be best to order 60, because then you get a free celebration item. Good morning, Cindy from Colorado. How is the weather there? Anyway, next week, craft along next Tuesday. So that's what I have planned. So if you would like to craft along with me, please order by this Thursday or Friday. Place your order, just any order that you want on my store. Okay, that is it. So again, I am Karin Braxton, and I'm coming to you from Boca Grande, Florida, rainy Florida. So okay, I have 2 really neat projects this morning for you, and it's a fun card. It's a interactive funfold, sort of, or not, well, a little bit interactive. It's funfold. Good morning, Carla. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to flip the camera down, and hey, Carla, I know it's like 15 below in Wisconsin. Good morning, Levon from Bozeman. How's the weather there? I don't think it's as cold there now as it was over the weekend. Our granddaughter, Kate, who's 9. Some of you met her a few weeks ago. She was on a video with me. And Cindy said it's warming up in Colorado. It's 30, so that's good. It's better than below zero. I think that cold air is coming to the East Coast, and that's why it's getting colder in the central part of the country, and then the East Coast supposed to be really bad by Thursday. My husband's buying lots of wood down here. He buys little bundles of wood. In Montana, where we live most of the year, he gets truckloads of wood, and he builds fires every day, probably from October through May or sometimes June. 10 degrees there, Levon. Anyway, here he has to go to the hardware store, the grocery store, and they buy little bundles that are all plastic wrapped and everything. Anyway, we're glad to have a fireplace. Let me grab a drink of water. We're going to turn the camera down. I'll show you what class I have coming up this Thursday. It's a birthday class. I have a 4-week birthday celebration series of classes starting this week. What will be one in January, February, March, and April. And if you don't get my emails, please subscribe. Tell me, send me a message, email me, text me, call me, and I will add you to my email list, because that's where all my specials are and all my classes and my Anytime Stamping Up has a deal. Okay, let's turn the camera down. That's enough talking for me. You guys keep chatting amongst yourself. Let's turn the camera down and I'll show you what we're going to do for our class this week. It's a birthday celebration class. It's really been fun. You know, Stamping Up has a lot of ephemera. So we're going to do 6 cards in the class. I have everything already made. I just have to finish typing and printing everything. But we're going to be doing 6 cards. 3 of them are fun folds. So this is one that flip-flops like that, back and forth. And then we have these that we did last week where you have the back like that. And then this is another fun fold. These, I just have loved this ephemera. I'm just really sort of hooked on it. These are all pieces of ephemera come with the papers. And I did this morning, I sorted all those. You'll get a plastic case. This is just an ordinary card. This is one we're going to do today. It's a punch card that flaps open like that. And here's another one that's just all ephemera. So those are the 6 cards that we're going to be doing in that class. It's a kit class to go. Everything is made into kits. Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to just set that aside. That's what we're going to be making. But here are 2. This is a style of card, a recipe for a card that I learned from Karin, who is one of my favorites. She's in Minnesota. She's exactly my age, 75. And she's been a demonstrator, I think, almost 30 years. But I really like her a lot, and I follow her. But this is one that she did maybe a month and a half or 2 months ago. It's a fun, easy punch card. And we're going to be doing that. I did the same thing on this one. This is one of our new celebration stamps. That's sort of a fun one. I can't remember what it's called offhand, but it's got you can put leaves in there, shamrocks, hearts. But that's sort of a fun one. So you can use any punch that you have. So we're going to do 2 of these today. And this is the first one. And you can see the ephemera on there. So let's bring our pieces in. And we will start. Let's see, once it's there. Hey, thank you for sharing, Jolene. Hey, Carol, good morning from Minnesota. And good to see so many of you joining. I bet it is cold where you are. Oh, this is something you will be getting those of you who ordered the class from me, you'll get some of this mesh ribbon, you'll get a whole package of the party dots, and you'll get this plastic case to put your ephemera in. So that'll be included in that kit. That kit is $48, and that includes shipping. So, okay, I have to show you all the ephemera. I've used quite a bit already, but there's more in here. I just keep it in a little plastic case, and this is what comes in this birthday celebration. Not these. These I die cut myself. I'll take those out of there. But I just love this. And everyone will get an entire sheet, and then you can punch it out. I've already cut out the things that are in strips or in big pieces. There's a sheet like this, and that I have cut out into squares or rectangles or whatever it needs to be. So that's all part of the ephemera. I'm going to set that over here. And now we're going to do I'll show you how easy this card is. Here's my envelope that's covered like that, and we'll do one of those for the second card. Here's another, we are not making this card today, but I did one. I've done so many Valentine's things, and our paper pumpkin is Valentine's. I used this for a class, so I decided I'm not doing a lot of Valentine cards anymore because I have a lot made. But this punch is wonderful, and this is that same technique. So you're going to use a whole piece of designer paper, and you punch something out, and then you can stamp. But isn't that a great idea? So look at that. And this is a fun set, Hugs for Love. And it's not necessarily it has some, you can use hearts for weddings and birthdays or anytime, but I love these. And this is the punch that goes with this. This is called To the Point label. And it's in our mini catalog. I love this. You make me smile, lots of hugs and kisses, sending you a big hug. That is just perfect. And of course, Valentine's Day. But those are some other cards that I made with this set, with this technique. Okay, this is what we're using today. I keep my dies all together with my stamps. So these are photopolymer, and you can sort of build the pieces. You can say happy birthday, happy cake day. You can do hooray, make a wish, all those things. And the nice thing is it has all these numerals for like happy first birthday, happy 16th, happy 70th, whatever you happen to need. I'm going to put that back together. This is one of my go-to sets. It's Simply Said. I love this Celebrate. I love that birthday. It's like I keep it mounted all the time. It's in the annual catalog, and that's one of my go-tos for birthdays. We're also going to be using these nested essentials, and that's part of, you get these banners in this shape and this shape too. So that's what we're using, nested essentials for those. Okay, and let's see here. We have our pieces. These are some shapes that you can possibly use. So you can use any punch that you have. You could use a round punch like I did on that tree one. You can use this one. You can use that modern oval. This is the hexagon. These are great. You can just look online and see if I think they're all available. So I didn't see anything saying they were unavailable. Okay, we're using the party dots, and I have those right here. They're pretty pink. I'm wearing a pool party shirt, and then that's peach pie. So I'm going to just set those here so I don't lose those, and we're going to bring our pieces in. Okay, so we'll start. This is a single layer base. So all of my, here's my host code. Appreciate that always when you use that. If your order is over 150, then you become your own hostess, so you don't use it then. You get your own rewards. So we have a single layer, then we have a gold piece, and then we have a printed designer paper. And the and the white. We have a white inside. And this is smaller than what we usually use. It's 3.5 by 4 3/4. So you can take a picture, a screenshot of that if you want. But you can also wait until afterwards. At the end, I already have everything typed up. And as soon as the video is over, about 3 minutes later, it'll all show up. So we are going to set that there. And we're going to be using the hexagon on this one. So before I forget on this gold, because everything is going to be covered up, I'm just going to punch out this so I can save it for something else. It's no need to, it's all going to be covered up. You'll see that, but there's no reason to waste that paper. So we're going to set that. That's the Heartfelt Hexagon. And I think let me see. Let me get that out. There's a special, let's see, where is that? Where is that? Here it is. I love this set. It's called Heartfelt Hexagon, and it's on the retiring list. I think it's $8. It's in the things that are in the last chance list. So you can go to ordering and drop down to last chance and just look at all the things that are on sale. And $8 for the stamp set. It's a fabulous one. I've used it a ton. I love that Let's Eat Cake. This is a beautiful one, sending you lots of love and hugs. $8 in the last chance. So what we're going to do, let me do this. What we're going to do is put everything together. So we have a single base. Let me see once has the video frozen or anything? I don't know if it has. Oh, there we go. I think I'm seeing everything now. It looked like it was frozen there for a second. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You get 4 bases out of this. There's no fold to it. And now we're going to put this gold. Where did my little mats go? Right here it is. I'm going to put some adhesive on this. And this is just going to give us a pretty layer because we're going to use the paper that has the gold in it, which is that one. I love that. Pool party and gold together. So now this is all going to get covered up. Now this is going to be next. So this is a piece of paper that's 3 3/4 by 10. 10 inches this way, 3 3/4. And you don't need to score it or anything. You're just going to bone fold it or fold it in half. You can even crease it with your thumb, your thumbnail or something, but give it a good crease. And I am going to have the scallops going down. But what we're going to do now is going to bring this down a little closer for you. I'm going to take my Heartfelt Hexagon and I'm going to punch both layers like this. Okay, here we go. I'm going to save these pieces. We got 2 of them. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this, adhere this on like that. I'm going to just set those right there. It doesn't make any difference which way your scallops are going, but I'm just going to do, just for my own peace of mind, I sort of like them going down. We're going to put that on there like that. And now we're going to just keep this all folded, nicely folded. This paper, this gold paper is so pretty. Okay, we've got lots of holes, don't we? You can see that. There we go. But that's all going to get covered up. And you know those little pieces that I punched before? You could cut them apart like this. We're not going to use them, but I could use them on another card, I think. I think that would be really great. But because I love doing this where you glue it so that it's like that. You know what I mean? Like that. Isn't that great? Such a pretty, it's a very, you know, you can design a whole card using your little punches. You can put your hexagons together like this. I love that hexagon. We did this in a video. Well, maybe I didn't do it in a video. I did it in class where you can build a whole card using those hexagons. And I don't know if the hexagon punch is, if it's in the online store, but it's still available. You can just order, you can just put Heartfelt Hexagon punch and you'll find it. Okay, now let's put our white piece on there. And this is the smaller one. It's because this is 3 3/4. So this is 1/4 of an inch down from that. And we will hopefully not, oops, I'm pressing a little hard, tearing my paper. Sometimes I get a little wild. I'm a pretty fast stamper, as you gathered by now, probably. Oh goodness. Yeah, sometimes I need to slow down. Whenever I use my Seal Plus, I have to be real cautious because I am so fast. Anyway, we're going to crease that again. And now we're going to be stamping right in there. Let's bring in our pieces here. I've got a bunch of ephemera. And here's our little nested essential piece. And this is peach pie. I chose the colors. I would not normally have thought about peach pie, but it chose all the ephemera that has pool party and peach pie on it. And so that's how I came up with this combination. So let's do our stamping. Let's bring in our little piercing mat because these are photopolymer stamps. I'm going to do that. We're going to put it right on there. And this card I did with a pool party. I stamped both the happy birthday and the Make-A-Wish in pool party. But I think this time I'm going to do it in peach pie just to be a little different. So we're going to do peach pie. And we're going to do Make-A-Wish. I think I better... Good morning, Jeannie. Good to see you. Have you left for... Aren't you going to Argentina? I just watched a really good Hallmark movie about Argentina. It was so good. And I thought about you. Looks so beautiful. It's all the waterfalls. Oh, I like the peach pie. That looks pretty nice, I think. Make-A-Wish. And then I'm going to put the happy birthday right there on that. I love these. I love layering these. This is remember, this is from Simply Said. Simply Stated or Simply Said? I have to look. There we go. And it's a little bit light, but I probably could have stamped it. Maybe I'll stamp another one, make it a little darker. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it a little bit darker and hold it. Just like that. Hold my breath. That one's, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, now we're going to put those back, close up our peach pie. For 2 weeks you're going. Oh my goodness, Jeannie. I hope you feel great and you don't get sick or anything. Okay, let's put our pieces together. We're going to stamp put our labels together here. I am going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Did anyone else see that Hallmark movie about Argentina? It was on this past weekend. So good. I really enjoyed it. I had recorded it. So, okay, there we go. And take these off. So if you are ordering from me, please use that host code in January. I can't believe, you know what, we are ready. Today is January 21st already, and celebration ends in one more month. If you have not ordered, that heart-shaped die is already unavailable, but I think they have more coming in this week, so that's good. Here's our card. So isn't that easy? Very easy, and all those punches get punched out. Now we're going to just put this on the bottom, toward the bottom anyway. And how many of you would have thought about peach pie with pool party? I certainly would never, but it's so good to have you, you can choose your colors from the pattern paper that Stampin' Up! Gives us. They have design teams, artists that they choose and they know what goes well together. Okay, we're going to use, we're going to put some ephemera on, and we're going to put some gold mesh. I think we'll put the ephemera on first. I'm going to just, oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you liked it. You just had a nice birthday, I guess. Glad you got the mail is so slow. You never know what's going to get to people or not. I got half my birthday cards were so late, and the other half I got out on time, but you never know, because I sent one I think one to one of my team members, and then it didn't get there for 2 weeks, and I had sent it in plenty of time to get there. So the mail is not very reliable, as we know. I'm going to pop these up with some dimensionals. Let's see what we're gonna put all these things on some dimensionals. Everything gets crooked right so quickly, doesn't it? And there's our pretty envelope. Okay, let's put some dimensionals on here. We'll just put 1 on there, and we'll put 2 on this one. You want to make sure that you don't get any adhesive over that edge, because otherwise it'll make it stick to that hole. And there we go. Our house is so quiet. My car tire was almost flat. It must have a nail in it. So Terry took my car this morning, and he was taking it into Englewood, and he was going to have them fix it, or I don't know, I guess he's going to have them fix it. But he pumped it up with an air compressor, and let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe that one. It has a little bit of gold in it. We'll use that one. We could even put another one. I don't think so. Let's see if we want another one up here. No, I think we'll just use those. That's plenty. Seems to be fine. And let's put some Wink of Stella on there. And you can just, anyway, so he's taken my car, and it's just raining like crazy. So anyway, how is everyone else that's out there doing in this cold weather? What have you been doing? I hope you've gotten some crafting done. So there we go with that. And let's see, once we need our mesh. So this is just, you can cut this in half. You can cut it in half like this. Let's try that this time. I didn't do that. The last time I cut it with, I tied that bow with the whole thing, but we can try it this way. Won't make any difference. It'll be a smaller bow, but we'll give it a shot and see what it looks like in comparison. So now we have 2 pieces. You can pull this apart. We had this in the silver, and we had it for a long time. It was fabulous. Fabulous ribbon for sure. I'm gonna make 2 bunny ears and then do it this way. And pull it through. Oh dear, let's see what's here. This is not the best bow in the world online. Usually I make them ahead of time, but let's see what's here. We're gonna get this. So, okay. That'll be all right, I think. I don't know if I like it. I think the other one's just maybe a little bit better. I'm gonna get my ribbon scissors. I'm gonna just cut that off. I'm gonna cut these ends a little bit, like that. Maybe that'll look a little bit better. Little haircut with those. And then we're gonna take a glue dot and put those on with that. This is wonderful for tying presents. I used a lot of that silver for tying presents after it retired, and it was so reasonable. So we're going to just put that right there like that. You can sort of work with that a little bit. And then you have a second piece that you could use. Or you can tie it. You can just tie it full strength too, like this one. So I always tie it big and then I make it smaller, like that. Okay, so, and you can spread this apart like a web, like a spider web. That's what we did with the silver ones a lot of times. Okay, and there is our card. We need to just put our dots on it. We're gonna put some of these peach pie ones on here. You could use pool party. We're going to use peach pie. We're going to use a tiny one right in the center of that, and we're going to use another couple other ones. I love these. They have 2 sizes. 2 sizes. I like it when they have 3, but we don't have a really big one. Sometimes it's hard to use the very biggest one, but oops, it's upside down now. It's stuck to the putty, and now it's stuck to my nails. There we go. There we go. And our card is finished. And there's a pretty little envelope to go with it. So there we have our card. And here's the other one with a fuller bow. So that one's pool party, and this one is peach. Do you like one better than the other, or they really, I think they're fairly similar. Okay, let's put those aside. Oh, here, I want to show you a really pretty card I received from one of my team members, Lavon Schwendeman. She's in Bozeman. This was, our team does a swap, and this is a card I received from her. Isn't that pretty? It's a little, this is the card to write on, put a gift card, but isn't that pretty with that paper? I love that she did the gold around that tag that comes with it. Okay, let's put those aside, and we're going to, our next one is just a bit more complicated. It is using the Delightful Wishes. And this is a card, I will be using this set in February for my birthday series. So it's toward the end, middle or end of February, I'm not sure. Delightful Wishes, and it has these great die cuts. It's a rather labor-intensive set of die cuts for sure, but beautiful. And I'll show you what I've created. So I love this. You can say, wishing you were here, wishing you all the best, wishing you a happy birthday, wishing lots of love, wishing you well. And so that's what we're going to be using today. I made 2 cards. These are both pieced together with die cuts. So let's do an envelope first. Which one do you like better? Do you like the gingham, the yellow gingham, or the old olive solid? This is what it looks like on the inside. You tell me, do you like the gingham or the green solid? Tell me that. And we'll make an envelope while you're voting on that, and then we'll make a card. So to do an envelope, someone asked me this last week on YouTube, so I wanted to show you that. We're going to take, I just usually take 2.5 inches by 6. So this is going to be for the envelope flat. That would be the other side of it. I think I'm going to use that pretty. These are forsythia. You know, we used to live in Missouri, and we had the most gorgeous forsythia in Missouri. We do have a little bit of forsythia in Montana, but not like in Missouri. Beautiful, beautiful forsythia. So I put adhesive on, and I use my seal because I'm a sort of a seal girl, but some people would use their green Tombow glue. But I sort of fold it up at the crease, and then I just stick it in there like this. It's very, very simple. Now you're voting, do you want gingham or green? So which one should we make? Now we're going to trim this off. And whoops, we almost lost the camera, the phone. Cindy's saying gingham. Let's see what you're all. I'm seeing lots and lots of gingham. I would agree. I think the gingham is much more striking than the green, than the solid, but it's fun to try too, and then you sort of know. But I definitely like, my choice would be the gingham. So that's what we're going to do. I have both of them cut, but there's our envelope, just like that, very fast. So I can't remember who asked me that last week in one of the comments, but that's how you make envelopes. So easy. That's one of my favorite methods of doing it. Now on this one, I used a full flower with a branch. I die cut all those pieces. I don't think this is the modern oval punch, and that looks like this. I think it's in the annual catalog. It's available. We've had it for a while. This one is the half flower. I like that one better. That branch is, I think I covered most of it up. So we're going to do that. Let me get a drink of water real quick. And you'll see what we can come up with today. I'll show you how fast it is. And let's see what's here. Oh, hey, hello, Kelly. Good to see you. Oh, thank you, Linda. Linda, you know what? I need your address. You were a winner last week, and I don't have your mailing address. So please text me or email me your address, and I will send you that. And I think I sent you a message, but I didn't hear back from you. I think it was on Facebook Messenger. We have this fabulous set of little bees. They're called Tiny Bee Trinkets. And I should have gotten the old ones that we had that were much bigger, about like 3 times bigger than these. But these are really, really sweet. So, got a lot of die cut pieces here. And let's bring in our, we're gonna do this one, I think, because we had so many more people said gingham. Gingham. I don't think anyone, thank you for sharing, I appreciate that. So I think we'll just set that right there, and we'll move this one aside. I'm gonna have you vote on a couple more things. We have 3 3/4 by 10 of gingham. Now I've got some old olive. And I have the espresso. This is what I did for the first card. Now, I also we could do the pecan pie, the olive, and the gingham. What do you think? Do you think I should use espresso or pecan pie? But while you're voting on those two, espresso, pecan pie, what we're going to do is we're going to definitely use the green of the old olive, but we're going to fold this in half. Such a pretty paper. It's great I did a swap card for my business group with this. I love this. This paper is just gorgeous. 3 3/4 by 10 folded in half. I'm going to give it a good, thank you for sharing, Shar. Good to see you here this morning. Let's see, watching from Wisconsin. Yes, it's cold there, isn't it? Let's see, espresso. Minus 15 there this morning. Oh my goodness, wind chill of 31 in Wisconsin. So what do you want, pecan or espresso? Which one should I use? We are definitely going to use the old olive. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to punch this out with the modern oval. I'm going to punch it in from the folded edge. Got it creased really well. I'm going to punch it in until it hits the throat like this. Punch it out. Save my little pieces. And that's all we need that for. That's modern oval punch. Close it up, lock it, and we won't need that again. That's all going to get covered up. So let's see, once our inside, let's see what you're all saying. Espresso. Yes, I think probably espresso, but we could do the pecan pie. So our inside piece is going to be 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. It's just a 1/4 inch smaller than what we would normally use on the inside. We have lots of layers on this card, so that hole is going to get covered up. I probably should have stamped first, but you know, maybe at home you would, but I sort of sometimes get ahead of myself. Okay, we're going to put this on our old olive. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4. All these measurements are typed up already, and as soon as the video is finished, and I will edit the video and put the directions on underneath. Okay, so you could also take screenshots. So here we have this. This is the old olive. We're going to just get that nice and even in there. See how that covers up that hole that was underneath there? Let's see. I think we're going to use the espresso. That seems to be the consensus. Oops, got a blank one there. And we could have used yellow too. I also have a yellow one here. No, that's the wrong. That's not going to work. So we'll just take that away. I've got the little tiny flower centers right there under that paper clip. Don't want to lose those. So this is going to go on here like this. It could go on a pecan. I just think it has a little bit more pop with that darker brown. So I have a whole stack of single bases that I use, and I really like single base cards. Been making some trifolds with them and just really enjoy them a lot. Okay, let's take this away, my little silicone mat that I use all the time, and get our pieces back under the camera. Here we go. and get this all lined up nice and evenly. And look at that, at my corners, whoops. There we go. And let's see what's here. Now we have to do some stamping. We're going to bring in our pieces. We're not going to stamp here. We're going to put our focal pieces. Let me get my piercing mat, and we're going to do some stamping. I've got some pieces cut out here, so we're going to do. This is the going to be the inside. We've got some leaves. I've got a bunch of these things, and this is the outside of that. So this is. Let me show you something. Oh, I'll tell you what. This big flower is a little bit of a bugger to put together. What I do is look for that big V right there, and then I look for. Or what do I look for? Let me see. We're not using this one, but what did I do the last time on this? Look for that V there. No, that's not it either. Well, I think maybe that's it. I don't know. I thought I had it all figured out. Anyway, you can play with it and find it, but anyway, it doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe there's not even a, I think maybe that's it right there. Just like that. And I'm going to just take a paper clip and clip that together. That's a tricky one for sure. But we're not using that one. We're going to use this one. And we're going to, excuse me, I've got glue on my fingers and I'm coughing up phlegm at the same time. I'm going to just put that on there like that. I'm going to use some Tombow green glue, and I'm not going to even poke out those little pieces on the inside because my the center is going to get covered up. Just putting a little bit on there. Just, oops. I just do not like getting glue, that green glue, on my fingers. There we go. And we'll let that dry for a second. In the meantime, we're going to do some stamping in some old olive. Where is my old olive? I think it's over here. Oh, there it's right. No, it's right here. Right here. Right there. And, oh, I should have taken this off too, because this is going to be our, we're going to put one more piece of, that's going to be the center of our card, and we're going to use this dark brown, the espresso one, like that. Oops. Now it's stuck to my fingers. Oh dear. Let's see if I can get this apart with my tweezers. We'll just put it like that. Okay, now we're going to stamp on our leaves. And now you might, when I send out a kit, I do die cut for you. However, when you're stamping at home, you probably like to stamp first and then you die cut. But whenever I do a class, and we are not allowed by Stamping Up compliance to send stamp kits, or stamp images. You have to use your own stamps and your own images. But you can die cut. So we've got several flowers here. That little sticky finger is catching all the pieces now. There we go. And that's that. And we'll set those aside. I don't think we're going to use all three of them, but we'll just see. Okay, and then we're going to get our, we have the wishing. I did this one in, I'm going to get two of these. I did this in white because I thought we would give that a shot. I stamped that on the yellow, and that is Lemon Lolly. So the light one is Lemon Lolly, and the darker is Daffodil Delight. And on the other card, I used the Daffodil Delight, and I used Mossy Meadow, but I like the other better. So we're gonna do this. Hopefully it's going to work okay. We'll see. And we're going to bring in, it's a very big stamp, so we're going to, the other way you can do it is you can die cut the word wishing and put it on the white, and I did that, but that is very, very tedious. But it also makes a nice little greeting on the inside or the outside. So we're going to stamp that with our old olive. I might have to get right over that to see, get it all lined up. There we go. I think it's pretty good, not great. Let's try it again. I'm going to look at this, the bottom of my, let's try that one. That one's better, definitely better. And let's see, one's here. We're going to use that one then. This one's just a little bit of white, and I could trim that too, but it's not horrible for sure. And we're going to use the other stamp. It says, "You wishing you a happy birthday," and that's going on our inside. So we're going to put this toward, so our, it's going to, that's going, flowers going in there. Wishing you a happy birthday. Just like that. You just want to use 2 hands on your block. And now we can put our words on and build our flower. Let's see what's here. Okay, we have to get a branch. Let's just put this on and get it out of the way. And I'm actually going to hold this with my regular tweezers this time. You can use a regular tweezers or reverse tweezers. I don't know, I've always used a tweezers. I use both types. I have several tweezers because I don't like to hold things that are full of glue. Just putting a tiny bit of glue on there. And then we're going to put it on our card like this, wishing, like that. And then on the inside, we'll put our flowers. Let's put a branch first. So we're going to put a espresso, since I have brown and I have some pecan pie and some brown ones cut. So we're going to do the espresso, since that's what we're using on the outside. And here's my branch. I'm just going to sort of hold that in place. You could put it like this, or you don't have to use the whole thing either. I think just maybe use it like that. I'm going to cut some of that off down here at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to just slice that up there. And this time I'm going to use my reverse tweezers on this, I believe. And, oh, it's raining pretty hard here. So, is anyone else getting rain where they live? So, I bet in Montana, we hardly ever get rain in the winter. We want to get snow. And I'd much rather have actually snow. I don't like rain. It's very dreary with rain. There we go, like that. And we can just save the little bits and pieces. And then this one, we can just, I think we're going to put it right there. And I think I'll pop it up. I'm going to just put a couple of dimensionals right in the middle of this and leave it sort of open around the edges so I can slip my leaves in. Okay, there we have that. And now we're going to put our leaves in by just keeping those flat. So let's move that aside. And got a bunch of leaves right here. We're going to put some adhesive on those and put a little bit of this seal on like that. And now we can just tuck these in. Just tuck them in like that. Is anywhere. We'll be fine. So, how many of you have done a card like this before? It's really very, very fun for sure. Okay, and we could even, let's see, let's open it up. And you have that, and we could even put another one right there on the end. So I think we'll do that. I don't think it's going to show, but there we go, just like that. And now we have a bee or two to put on, or three, whatever. Let's see once. Hey, Linda, good to see you this morning. Okay, I think we're going to use a blue dot, and we're going to just touch our bee to our, take our bee. These bees are so tiny. They're just, I'm going to touch them to that glue dot. Whoops, a daisy. I'm going to actually, well, maybe, there's my glue dot, and I'm going to put that glue dot on the paper, I think. I made it a little ball, and I lost my bee. I can't wait. I have some new bee paper ordered that's in the scrapbooking section, and it should be coming today or tomorrow. I can't wait to see it. It's similar to what we had before with the red, only this time it's like petunia pop and greens. And anyway, there we have that. I'm looking forward to getting that and using these bees with it too. It's in the crafting section, the scrapbooking section. And there is our card. So this one uses the espresso, that one uses, and actually it's probably a little big, but anyway, you get the gist of it. So I'm glad this is the white and that is the yellow. I think both are just fine on there. And then our card opens like this. Wishing you a happy birthday. Isn't that a great card design, I think? How many of you have made these before, this style of card where you punch? But I just think it's so clever to punch both layers of the designer paper. If you came in late, where did we put our other? The other card that we made was this one right here. So this is the Make-A-Wish, and this is part of my 6 cards from my birthday class this Thursday. So if you're interested in that set of cards, that kit, please let me know. You get a half package of designer paper. You also get the gems. You get some ribbon. You get a plastic case to keep the ephemera in and all that. Okay, let's turn the camera up. Back, close your eyes. And there we go. And let me see. There we go. I don't want to fall on my chair. I have a rolling chair here in my office, in my craft room. Let's see. Oop, there we go. So good. You never have, but you're going to do one of these cards now. These are addictive. You'll really have fun doing them. So I appreciate you all watching today, and I appreciate your comments, your thumbs up. Be sure you subscribe, and be sure you ring the bell if you're on YouTube so that you're notified when I go live. And next week will be a craft along. Remember, I will be using the Memorable Blooms, which is a beautiful set in the mini catalog. So if you would like to craft along with me next Tuesday, be sure you place your order by this Friday in my online store. Yes, you're going to try it too, Carla. Well, good. You'll love doing these. They're really, really fun. So all the directions will be under this video in about 3 minutes after I finish. So that's it, everyone. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. Let's see if there are any other questions. Thank you, Livon. You've made these before. Hey, thanks, Carol. Okay, good. Good to see so many of you here this morning. Thank you for following, and I appreciate that. And I will see you next Tuesday at the same time. Thanks a lot. Have fun. Have a fun day. Maybe crafting inside the house or something. You're probably not going to be going out in that cold and snow, many of you. Alrighty. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.